This is a disappointing finale for this Tongan side because they've done really well to get to this Federation Shield final. Nobody was anticipating. It's on again, and again there was a high challenge, and Fifi Moimoi wants some of that, and there's an England player getting beaten up at the bottom of a scrum, and everybody's having a scrap, and Ryan Bailey having a go away on the far side, and Richard Silverwood could do with just blowing the final whistle.
Yeah, it's a very disappointing end, this.
Matt Silverwood having a little set to with Feleti Matteo.
Well, it's disgraceful discipline from the Tongans, this. And totally caused by one side, no doubt about it. Absolutely disgraceful discipline.
And the crowd not liking it either, and that was just vindictive from the Tongan side. And then Fifi Moimoi deciding to take things into his own hands.
Well, you fear for your own safety when you're at the bottom of something like that. Jamie Jones Buchanan, and then Lee Radford's there. 17. And he's getting seconds.
17!
And let's hope he does what he should have done perhaps 5 minutes ago.
Well, I don't know about 5 minutes ago, maybe a lot earlier in the proceedings. I think Sam Moa is going to see red. We've seen plenty of yellow. It is a red for Sam Moa. And he still wants some more for the Tongan players. And Stuart Wilkinson, the Paul Cullen's assistant coach, is on the field there, and I think just telling his players just to take a step back. A calm head. Well, in a red-hot atmosphere.
Just kick for goal and take the minute and a half up doing that. That's the best thing that they could do.
And Lee Radford, I think, might get a talking to here, because the judge and jury are still sitting out there.
You know, there's not much more that man could have done. He's put two players in the sin bin, and a couple of times there.
Player is in the sin bin. And it's Solomon Amono, the captain, who,
you know, he wasn't on the field.
Now, whether
that's an amazing decision.
The field of play.
The captain?
I think he came onto the field of play when he was from the sideline. But that would certainly will be a talking point.
He was off the field and he's been running on and going bold.
Well, there you hear from Richard Silverwood,
Tonga
captain Solomon Amono, who I think was poised to come on the field. By the look of things, he was holding his substitute's number,
and then he's got involved in this, and so he's left with no option.
And still the Tongan players are looking for some action, and once more the touch judge is on, and this is just turning into an absolute farce.
Well, that might be the reason they don't play at the very best level.
And they've not won any friends. They've won plenty of admirers getting to this final, but I'm afraid that they've done themselves a big disfavour in the last 5 minutes here. And Jamie Rooney sensibly will kick for the 2 points. The hooter has in fact sounded, and let's just hope that these players leave the field sensibly now. But the blood is pumping as Rooney kicks the penalty. Richard Silverwood signals the end of the game, and let's hope it is handshakes at this point and nothing more than that. A pumped up Tongan side. They've just got a little bit over the top there. Well, thankfully it's calmed down. Jim Dimmock's side have acquitted themselves well in this competition, surprised everybody getting to the final, but a really physical battling performance from them, at times too physical and a bit too much battle has spilled over. Dismissal of 2 players at the end, including captain Solomon Amono. And England have weathered the storm. They've done well, they've kept their heads, and they've finished strongly as they did in the previous meeting from Tonga. Earl Crabtree there, handshakes with Richard Fayoso. For my money, Crabtree's contribution in the final quarter of the game was really decisive. And Rob Purdham and Solomon Amono, the captains, both Harlequins players of course, shake